It looks like a GoPro and an Action 4 smashing into each other
It looks
to
like
make to just make another action camera.
it looks like an action camera with a 1-inch action camera and a flip screen.
There's a flip screen right there, like the Go
Okay, look
3s.
at that. Did you
And
see
there's an
that?
AI.
AI. Oh, you
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so there it is, man. There it is. So pretty much they're saying, it seems like they're saying, look, a GoPro action camera, let's just call it an action camera,
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
a 1-inch sensor
Yeah.
action camera, right? Is that what they're saying?
Well, if you look at their posts on Twitter, they're like, their words are kind of subliminally trying to say it is a 1-inch sensor with AI. There you go. Get ready to see every inch of detail, even at night.
Ooh. Okay, so they're saying it's good in low light.
Yeah. But it says every inch of detail, so I assume that means 1-inch.
1 inch, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is good. I think it's awesome. I think it's fine. You're not too you don't like the hinge too much, huh?
It's an action camera, man. Like
But
that hinge.
but is it an action camera, right? Is it really, is it like 80% action and 20% convenient, right? Because here's the thing, that like the Pocket 3 for sure is great in low light, but the
Yeah.
Pocket 3 and we're going to be comparing it to some extent to the Pocket 3 because that's the
Yeah,
king of like right now of like
Yeah,
small
yeah.
cameras. The Pocket 3 has a focusing motor, right?
Yeah.
Where action cameras usually don't have
Because
motors.
everything's in focus.
Yeah, everything's in focus, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the way they can take a beating. With that said, this guy right here that I'm looking at, with the hinge, as long as you make the hinge and you make that piece like
That's,
strong, then you're good, right?
dude, all it takes is just a little like push in the wrong direction once you got it open on an action camera.
So what are they doing? Are they
So
taking the Go 3 idea and just making it more solid?
it's what it seems like.
Yeah. Okay, look, I'll tell you this. I'm not that excited only because the Pocket 3 just came out.
Yeah.
And that just blew everything out of the water. With that said, this camera should have came out probably 5 years or 4 years ago by GoPro.
Okay, I'm about to say like,
By GoPro.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's a shame that these guys are doing everything that we thought GoPro was going to do first, but that's not what's happening. It's these
It
guys.
seems like GoPro a long time ago, like probably like before the 5, they had, it was an attachment though, but they had the screen where you could flip it up.
Yeah, it was an attachment, right?
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
attachment though, but still, they kind of already had that technology, I guess.
Yeah, well, they had the idea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And now it was time to like implement it directly into the camera. Just like the Wii U. The Wii U, they had the idea that it was like a portable system, but you couldn't go far. And then the Switch, they said, you know, now you can go far. Now you can
Yep.
go anywhere. Where GoPro just gave up.
Yeah.
They completely gave up and said, oh, no, we're going back to just being action.
Wasn't GoPro supposed to have that screen too with like the media mod? Wasn't it supposed to be another attachment like more recently? But then it never came out?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, but yeah, it's just not happening with GoPro. This is 360. What does 360 make in action cameras? I'm forgetting. Not DJI. Action 2, Action 3, that's DJI. This is 360.
The
What is
RS?
this? The RS is their action camera, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a modular kind of
Yes.
device. So they don't have a dedicated action camera. So this is it. This is their first. So if you see it like that, you have to give them props. This is their first attempt at making an action camera,
Yes.
right?
Well, yeah.
A dedicated.
Dedicate. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Dedicated. Now,
Yes,
we
yeah.
do this as well, and we do other things also.
Like, I keep watching
Unfortunately,
this trailer.
yeah, no. Unfortunately, you know, Pocket 3 came out a couple weeks ago that is still going to be better in low light than this. I'm
yes, yeah.
100% sure. Unless they're both on gimbals, then yeah, this will probably be just as good, maybe even better. But
And the thing too is, people don't need action cameras, man.
no, well, here, okay, look, you're right about that, right? And if you need an action camera, if you really need an action camera, you can get away with the 7, an
Yes.
8, a
Yes.
9,
Any of
a
them are
10.
good.
Any of them, right?
Yeah.
So now we're entering a territory of what can my action camera do besides be actiony? I think the problem is they're still thinking as an action camera where Pocket 3 said, look, you don't want an action camera. You just want a small camera that fits in your pocket where that's convenient. And so they took that idea, and instead of putting it in a action body, they put it on a gimbal. Here it is right here.
There it is.
And
I knew it'd be nearby.
No, it's right here, right? And so pretty much they're saying that's the thing about GoPros. The thing about GoPros, a lot of people are buying them just because it's really convenient to have in your pocket or your purse
And
or
it's
whatever.
durable. You can just throw
And
it
it's
in there
durable.
and it's good to go.
And it's durable.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're not throwing the pocket in there like that.
And it's easy to use. It's easy to use. Pocket 3 pretty much is saying, you guys want a small camera, good and low light, here it is.
Yep.
No, it's not waterproof. No, it's not, bang proof. It's not all of that.
Yeah.
But you're getting that and we're making it. Where these guys are saying, with the new 360 camera, they're saying, look, it's a 1-inch sensor. We have a 1-inch sensor here. It's good in low light. This is still going to be better in low light than this one. It has a front-facing screen. This has a front-facing screen. And this one, the 360, is going to be, I would say, partial, durable, like almost like action-y. Mm-hmm. But I think that's part of like the problem where they're still thinking in terms of, it needs to look and feel like a GoPro, right? That's what makes the DJI Action 2 so cool, where they did something different.
Yeah.
It's
still my favorite action camera, by the way. It's still my favorite.
Yeah, no, it's a great action camera that needs to be improved.
It does need to be improved.
And so a lot of people I've seen online that they don't want the Action 2 to go away. Yeah. But we're already at Action 4?
4 now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what's going to happen with the Action 2? Did it go away? I think the Action 2 is a great complement to like everything else.
Did you see their post on Twitter though?
No, I haven't even opened up their Twitter.
They're showing the low light on it, and it looks really good. Because you know how usually the digital stabilization just falls apart at low light.
Yeah.
Like on their trailer, or I guess their teaser on there, and they'll show the low light, the night shots, and it looks good.
Okay. With that said, is it a stationary shot or is it a walking and talking shot? It's a stationary. Dude, I can make anything look good, with it being stationed. But if they're moving at nighttime or in the dark, then there's a possibility where it could be
they're
tiny.
I guess they're panning. It's panning, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's on a motorcycle here. It looks good.
I can't open up my Twitter here or X.
Just for real quick, maybe you can see it on this way, just so you can see how it looks like.
For schnitz and giggles.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
But it says something. It's done with the AI, is what they're saying though. So do I have to plug it into the app again so I can get usable footage? That's what I hate about using Insta360 stuff.
Oh, you're saying before even using it, you have to like convert it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see, what questions do we have about it? Okay, so pretty much 1-inch sensor, good and low light.
With that 1-inch sensor though, we do have that leak.
Oh, that one leak. Yeah. So the thing about that leak is we did have a leak with the GoPro, okay? And I was convinced with that. So
they got me. They got me with that too.
Yeah, no, they got everybody. Yeah. Even GoPro was like, well, we're making something like this. I didn't know we're making this. With that said, so what's the leak again? 1-inch sensor?
No, it's a 1/1.3.
1/1.3 is smaller.
Yeah, I think this is like the sensor they're using on the GoPro.
Their Action 4 is DJI.
Yeah. Wait, Action 4. The Action 4. I think that is 1/1.3. I'm just guessing here. So yeah, so the same sensor as the Action 4. But it also doesn't make sense with the words that Insta's using on Twitter.
Yeah, with
See every inch of
every
detail.
inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could just be reading too much into that also.
No, we could, or it could be a 1 inch sensor
Yeah.
and the leak is not
Yeah.
real, right? With that said, how excited are you about this?
Not too much, honestly.
Not too much.
Not too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, same here. I'm not
I'm
that
glad. I'm
excited.
glad they're coming out with something like a dedicated action camera. Like that's good. But for me, not too exciting.
Okay, yeah, same here. What is cool and what is not? What is cool is we have a bigger sensor on an action camera. What is cool, what I do like that flippity screen at the top.
I hate that screen.
I like that. I like that because, hold on, let me see. You know how much I love this camera right here. And so it kind of reminds me of, the V10.
Yeah.
I like this. I think it's fine.
It's an action camera though. That's not an action camera.
Yeah, so that's the thing though, right?
Well, we're assuming it's an action camera. Why wouldn't it be though, right? Since they showed the GoPro in Action 4 in the intro.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also say that the Action 2 is an action camera, but it's not. It's not. It's not an action camera. I like the front-facing screen.
Yeah.
I do. I don't mind it, but I think it's like a compromise. You know what? I think they're targeting these people.
Yeah.
The problem is they're bound to the idea that it needs to be actiony. Just get away from the whole action crap and build me something like this. Because this is actually, I like this.
You're like one of the 5 people that own that camera, by the way.
Yeah, I know. No, but see, I could love this even more if it had the same sensor as the 360 and if it performed as well as, a better camera. The options on this sucks, but the form factor and the idea is cool. And I think that's what they should do. I think 360 should just get away from, we need to build it and look like an action camera and just create something that works, that is functional, right? Like these guys. They said, forget the whole action. We're making our action over here, but this is just going to be for these type of people.
They also weren't really thinking ahead about their name, were they? With the Insta360 name.
Why? Because everything's 360?
Well, everything they've been coming out with hasn't been 360.
That's what I'm saying. They name everything 360, but it's not 360,
like the
right?
Go 3, the Flow, the mobile gimbal they got.
Yeah.
Now this action camera coming out.
Let me see. It says right here on the Insta360 YouTube, a new force in action, November 21st. So there it is, a new force in action. They're pretty much saying this goes or is a part of the action family, right?
Okay, so I'm in the market for an action camera. Why am I getting this one? From what we know, which isn't much, but why am I getting this over the Action 4 or even GoPro, who are known to make action cameras?
Because of what you saw earlier with the low light test. If that's true, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only real reason, because there is a fear of breaking it because of that component, the hinge. If you're just jumping off of cliffs and you don't care about seeing yourself, then you're probably going to get a 10, an 11. It doesn't matter, right? If you're looking for only an action camera. I think this is an action camera that says, hey, look, you can vlog with it. You can record in low light with it.
You can walk and talk with it, man.
You can walk and talk with it, right? You could see yourself. That's important. I think that's what they're doing. So I think they're pretty much saying, you guys want an action camera and you guys want a walking, talking, vlogging camera. We're going to piece them together. There's going to be a compromise. Something could go wrong because you can't have it all.
Yeah.
You just can't. For example, even if the hinge is waterproof, super everything proof, you still have the problem with, is it going to have an autofocus or is it going to be a locked focus, right? Because action cameras need to have a locked focus. And then we touch upon the whole thing about it being AI. What is AI? Is it just a smart processor, a better processor, and now you're just throwing the word AI in there? That's garbage, right? Don't just say AI just because it sounds cool.
I remember they were using like AI with like all their other cameras too, but like for their app, like you can put your 360 footage in there and let the AI create the video for you. I rarely ever use it. I don't think maybe I messed around with it, but I don't really use it.
I can understand why even saying, "Oh,
Yeah,
AI," right? That's cool. Like someone, an
yeah,
AI is making the
yeah,
video for you. But this is like the AI is stabilizing it. It's like it's just better
yeah,
stabilization. That's all it is, right? I think the cool thing about this is it seems like technology is
yeah.
advancing, and it's going to push other companies to do something
But the
better.
thing is,
You know?
that thing right in front of you, that's the new bar.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to, I just want to film myself and get great footage in low light, right? Because that's always been that they're shoving it in our face in the
Yeah,
Twitter thing. They're saying, "Look, it's good in
yeah,
low light." Well, I doubt it's going to
yeah.
be better than this.
Would you get this
Audio.
camera from what we know of it, or a Go 3? Because they kind of do somewhat similar things, but then the Go 3 has a little bit more to it,
Assuming
and you can only
that
choose one.
this, yeah, yeah, no, assuming that the 360, that this one, because it's by the same
Yeah,
company,
yeah,
right? Yeah. Assuming that this one, the 360 Action with the new Force one, is waterproof, right?
yeah,
Assuming that it's waterproof, then it puts it in a completely different category where it's like, yeah, they both look the same, they both kind of
yeah,
are the same, but this one really is waterproof, where the other one, you have to
yeah.
remove it for it to be waterproof. Um, if I could only have one, I'll give you my answer. My answer is it would be the Go 3,
Same.
right? With that said, if you're telling me you could only have one and not have
Okay, yeah,
this, then it would be right now the action that's going to be
yeah, yeah,
announced, right? Whatever it's called, the new force
yeah,
in
yeah,
action. You know, if I didn't
yeah.
have this, then yeah, I would choose this one. But because I have this, I would go with
But
the
you have
Go
your
3
phone. But
to
you have
complement this.
your phone.
But the Go 3 does something that no other camera does, and it does it
What's
so
that?
well, and that is
Yeah,
the chest mount. The chest mount, just being this small is still
I
also
know
really
about
cool.
all that. Oh wait, I'm
You
sorry.
know, this is just an action camera with a front-facing screen, a bigger sensor, great in low light from
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
know.
From what we
From
know.
what we know, supposedly, and so I think this could be the standard of action cameras. I think
Ooh,
the Action
that's saying a lot,
4
man.
by yeah, no. I think it, because I think a lot of people that use action cameras are realizing that they're not just using them to jump off cliffs, but they're using them to
Yeah,
record
on
themselves.
vacation or something.
So they want to, yeah,
Yeah,
they want a little more from their action camera. So I think this is it. I think this, it's going to give them a little more. You know, like what the Go 3 does, I think is cool with that front-facing
yeah.
screen. I love that. I think that's what this is doing. I think this is going to be pretty much the new standard, considering that it's waterproof and it works well as an
I
action
assume they would
camera.
have to make it waterproof. I think if it's not waterproof, it's almost a failure at the
Yeah,
gate.
no, it
Yeah,
has to be waterproof, right? It
yeah,
has to be waterproof. And so it says right there, a new force
yeah.
in action. It's an action camera. When you think of action, you think of
Yep,
rugged
yep.
and waterproof, right? They never put that name on their Go
No.
3. You know, they
No.
never really did that. But they they
Did they
they
market the
they do
RS
make
as
it
an action
clear.
camera? Was that
The
yeah?
modular
Was
one.
that kind of marketed as action camera?
They
Okay.
did. Yeah, yeah, they did. Especially when you put it in the housing,
Yeah.
right? It turns into pretty
Yeah.
much an action camera. What are they doing here? They're saying, you know what? Let's make a dedicated action camera that is different, which I think is fine. 360 doesn't have a dedicated action camera. They have the
Yeah.
module that
Yeah.
can act like an action camera and can act like a
Yeah.
360 camera,
And
which I
they did
think
have
is
that one
great.
inch sensor
But
before
now,
on the RS, the Leica 1 inch sensor. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think what they're
That's what it
bringing
seems
that
like.
back.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like,
Yeah.
but just better, much better. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I think this is going to be the competitor to the Action 4. Are
You
you
dropping
okay,
stuff
man? Are
over
you
here. I'm old,
okay?
man. I'm old.
The Action 4. I think this is the competitor to the Action 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I assume so. They had it. They kind of had
And
it in the silhouette base in the trailer. So
but right now, who's on top of the mountain when it comes to these action cameras? I think Action 4 is on
Yeah,
top of the world,
yeah.
or on top of, right? They're king right now,
Yeah.
to some extent. Not that the GoPros are trash, but we're not seeing that
Yeah.
much innovation. So I would bet and put my stocks into the Action 4
Yeah.
versus the
Exactly.
GoPros is what I would be doing. With that said, we have a new contender entering that market, and to be honest, I think 360 should enter this
Yeah.
market,
Yes.
not this one. Because right now DJI's gonna
Yes.
eat it up. At the end of the day, what they're going to do and say is, look, it's an action camera, but you can also vlog and talk. Because a lot of the footage that we saw, it wasn't people jumping off of cliffs, and it wasn't people kicking this camera around in
No.
the sand, right? And they're pretty much saying, hey, look, you could
Yeah.
use it to film yourself and film things around you. If you don't have any camera, considering that this is going to do what it's supposed to do,
Yeah.
I would recommend this to anybody first, because
Oof.
I would say, look, you're going to be good in low light, supposedly, and
Yeah.
it's going to be durable. You already know how action cameras work. It's going to be great for your family, for your kids, your dog, the pool, and at the same time, it's going to be fun to record yourself because you have a flip screen,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to use it in low light, because there's no such thing as an action camera that can still perform well in low light. They
Yeah.
fall apart. If this works the way it's supposed to work, I would definitely recommend this to a family or anybody that doesn't have anything over this.
Oof.
Yeah,
How
I know
dare
it's
you?
tough.
How
I
dare
know,
you?
I know it's tough, bro. It's tough, but that's only because it depends on the person. It depends on the
It
family.
does. It does. Yeah.
Right? I would ask questions and be like, what are you thinking you're going to be doing? Oh, we're going to go camping, hiking,
Yeah.
traveling everywhere. I'd be like, you know what? Get this one and have a good day.
Yeah.
If it's just, if you want nice footage, I would also say, what about something like this? This will give you nicer footage, but you have to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
more careful. Are you okay with that? And they'd say, I'm okay with that. Then I'd say, take this. This will give you better video footage than this, but you worry less about this than this over here.
Yeah.
To be honest, this guy just took a lot of this thunder. And these
Yeah.
guys are releasing this.
A little too
360
late.
a little too late, and a lot of people already spent their money on this because of the quality and because it does perform super well in low light.
Yeah.
And that's no joke. It performs
Yeah.
great in low light.
I still think for creators, the Pocket's a better choice. Only because of
Yeah.
that tracking.
Well, again, yeah. Okay, so if you're going to be creating and telling stories,
Yeah.
this. If you're traveling with your family and you want to give your kid the camera to
Oh yeah.
record as well,
Yeah. No, they ain't touching this thing. They're gonna drop it.
yeah,
and
exactly.
It's
No,
over.
it's going to be the 360.
Yeah.
You know,
Unless that screen snaps off.
I don't think it'll snap off, because this right here, this hinge, feels really good. Like, it really
Yeah,
does. And if
yeah.
it feels better than this,
Yeah.
then I'm cool with it. But there it is, a new force in action, November 21st. And I'm checking out this trailer, and there's glass. It's slow motion. Things are piecing together, and Leica. And then there it is. I'm pausing it where the screen goes up, and I see the Q button, like the quick button, I guess. And then I see like a little door where maybe the memory card or USB could go in.
Hey, you're the
And
pro of these things. Do you know what any of these writings mean on the leaked photo? It says it's supposed to be a 16 millimeter
where can I find the leaked
equivalent.
photo? You're back in business. Okay, so I'm looking at the footage, or I'm looking at the leaked picture. What is that? 16 millimeter? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Is that 16 millimeter in their terms, or 16 millimeter compared to like?
I think in 35 full frame terms.
Well, what is this? This guy right here is 20?
20, yeah. And then
Yeah.
they had that lens to make it 15.
Make it 15. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I look at the lens that's inside, and it almost looks like it could be a focusable lens where it goes in and out to focus. And then if you look at the top left, you see the screen. I don't think that's touchscreen anymore.
That
I
front
doubt
one,
that's gonna.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna, because you're already gonna have the back screen facing forward. I think this could help.
Why would I need so many screens facing me?
No, that's what I was gonna say. I think this could help with either battery life or just something a little bit smaller, just to make it smaller to help you frame the shots.
So you don't have to always keep flipping it up.
So yeah, exactly. Kind of like how this gives you the option to either view it like this or view it like
watch out,
like
watch
this.
out. Watch out with that screen.
I know, dude. I know. I'm gonna break this guy. With that said, this action camera at the end is taking the place of what in their lineup? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Unless the RS5, it becomes obsolete, and then they name this guy
The RS.
the RS Action or something.
RS, yeah. Insta sucks at naming their stuff, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of companies do, man. This is.
Oh, Sony still wins. I still think Sony wins at that.
Well, maybe when it comes to cameras, but when it comes to their PlayStation, they've been consistent. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very easy. How much do you think it's going to cost?
4.
4?
Oh, no.
How much is?
I'm going to say 430.
430? Okay. 424.
Bitch, what the?
424. And
$1.
425, 423. Yeah, I think it's going to be close to the in between 400 to 450 is what I'm guessing. Right? It's not going to be below 400, and I don't think it's going to be close to 500.
By the way, we did this with a Pocket, and we were way off. What's the Go 3 priced at?
$407.
It's not going to be cheaper than the Go 3.
It's not going to be cheaper than the Go 3. The Go 3 can have some stuff in it that can keep it at 407.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because it seems cheap, like a small little tiny cheapy camera.
Yeah.
In order to do what it's doing, there's a lot of components. There's the magnets.
Yeah.
There's the wireless. There's 2 pieces, not just one. There's 2 batteries, not just one. I think it's going to be
right around the same price.
Anything. Yeah. I'm thinking it's going to be around $450.
Yeah. I'd put it a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Than the Go 3. Yeah. So let's real quick finish off with the whole AI thing. Yep. I think the AI sounds cool, but I think the AI is going to require software. What I mean by that is
they do love their app. They do love their app.
Yeah, they do love their freaking app. Well, hey, I like their apps too.
You know, it's good.
They work well. They work. Yeah. They work.
But what I hate about the apps though is that they work differently. Like the phone has features that the desktop doesn't have.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Okay, so AI means you don't just pull it out of the put the video files out of the card and put them directly into Final Cut. Yeah. I think you need to run it through the app to activate the AI.
So all those people, all those families you just sold this to, they're not using this.
Yeah, I know. That's the downside, right? That's like a downside if that's the truth. Unless the AI is built in and everything's built in, then that means less battery life and potential overheating, right? It's cool. You know what? I like the trailer. The trailer is cool. The trailer is awesome. I think the trailer's. I think the trailer is better than the camera.
Yes,
right?
I'll agree with that.
I think the trailer is better than the camera. But for the most part, the problem is GoPro should have invented this 4 years ago.
Yeah, they had everything to do it.
Yeah, they had everything to do it. They just needed to slap it together. Again, that's what Nintendo did with the Wii U. The Wii U was a failure, bro. Like a complete failure. And they stuck with it. They said, no.
It's going to work.
It needs to be portable. It's going to work. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. It's going to work. Yeah. And then the Switch comes out and people were like, oh no, Wii U 2. And then, no, it's not Wii U 2. Not even close. I mean, they're still selling like crazy right now, Switches. Yeah. Like it's still going up, and it's at the end of the life cycle. Why am I talking about? Oh, because of GoPro. Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay, man. So I think we're good. I think it's cool. I think it's fine. I think it's going to be good for some people. I can already visualize what kind of people would like this, you know? But at the same time, it's like, for me, I don't need it. I already have what is it? A Hero 5.
Yeah.
If I need to
Dang,
jump off
he
a
said
cliff.
5. What?
Yeah.
Please jump off a cliff. Please do.
Yeah, if I need to jump off a cliff, I'll just leave my GoPros here and then go jump off a cliff. But no, if I need to do something crazy, I'll use
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But for the most part, everything that this trailer was saying, they're pretty much saying, look, we look great in low light. Well, so does this,
Pocket
right?
3.
And the Pocket
Yeah.
3, yeah. And so I would say if you're just going to record and have a good time, dinner, whatever, this is the camera, you know? This is absolutely the camera. But again, we need to see
Yeah, we
it.
don't
And
really
for the
know too
most
much
part,
about it. We just from this
yeah,
trailer.
yeah. From this trailer, I would still recommend this to a lot of people because, you know, you do have kids. And if you want to just give your camera to a kid, then I would rather give a GoPro than this, right? That's just the truth. So I think it's going to find the market. I really think it's going to find the market. And I think it's going to give the Action 4 a run for its money. And now I think it's going to be a war between the Action 4 and this guy right here.
Damn,
And
yeah, right, you
GoPro,
knocked off GoPro, man.
bro, GoPro turned into Blockbuster
Oh,
and Sega Genesis, bro.
they're,
GoPro is
they're still there,
Blockbuster
man.
and
They
Sega
can still turn
Genesis.
around. They can still turn
What
around.
were the colors? What were the colors for Sega? It was blue and something, right? It's
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Yeah. And what were the colors for Blockbuster?
Blue and
Blue
yellow.
and like
Yeah,
gold.
gold, yellow. Yeah,
Blue
yeah,
and
yeah.
yellow. What are the colors for GoPro? Blue,
It is
right?
blue.
Blue is the color for GoPro.
It's the color of failure,
I'm
man.
telling
It's
you,
the color
man.
of failure.
It's the color of failure, yeah. No, these guys are coming in at full force. Yeah, no, we're waiting for the next big guy to make this camera.
It's
And
Insta.
I think it's going to be.
It's gonna be Insta.
I think it's going
Yeah.
to be Insta. I think. But if they just release this, they need to hurry their
Yeah.
asses up and start because right now these guys are going to have like what? I think they're going to have a whole year
Yeah.
ahead of
Yeah.
everybody. For
Yeah.
a whole year, these guys are going to
Yeah.
rule. And I think the Action 4 is still going to eat into this guy's lunch. And I think this guy is going to eat into this guy's lunch. And I think this guy's going to do the same thing. It's going to chip away a little bit on this guy and chip away a little bit on the Action 4. And I'm only saying that because GoPro is just completely falling off the cliff. I'm only saying that just because GoPro is not doing that much,
I
right?
got money in them, man. I need them to come back. I need to come back.
Yeah, there it is, man. There it is. A new force in action, November 21st. We'll see what happens.
I don't think it's gonna be worth the wait, man. I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
You're not excited? I'm excited for technology,
Yeah.
but I'm not excited to purchase anything. I'm excited to see if there's a feature in there where it's like, okay,
That's where. Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool, right? Because to be honest, I guess until right now, we've never seen an action camera perform that well in low light,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
From what we're seeing, that whole motorcycle scene and them
Yeah.
walking, I think that's cool.
It is, but if you have to put that in to post to edit, people are gonna be upset. People who bought it at Best Buy, they're like, why is my footage not looking like?
Yes, but we have to consider that when they built this, this did not
Yeah.
exist. So at the same time, it was almost like, now you can finally do it. Yeah, there's an extra step, but now you can finally do it. Where with this, there is no
Yeah.
extra step. And so these guys are like, oh,
Yeah.
darn, there's no extra step. We need an extra step for the
Yeah.
AI.
But
to
if it
kick
does do it in camera, that
right?
neglects everything I just said. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know. I just think the action phase is saturated, or the whole action market is very saturated, and that's why a camera like this is great. I think this could potentially be the best action camera out there.
Are they paying
because
you?
it
What's
does.
going on? What's going on here, man?
No. Well, here's the thing. If it does action stuff and it does night shots and it does selfie mode, then
Yeah,
score, right? The problem is, it's just this thing should have been released 3 or 4 years ago, man. That's it. That's just the only problem. It should have been released a while back, right? And I mean, now we have great phones, the iPhone, right? So
Because even with the DJI Action, that didn't really innovate from the 3 to 4, really.
no, it was just the sensor size and maybe other things, but
Nothing stand
no,
out.
it was no. Like this, that front facing that screen, whether you like it or not, it is something. It is them trying to say, hey, look, you can see yourself better.
Sony kind of has something
good.
like that out already, the RX0, and it is 1-inch sensor.
That's an old camera, huh?
Yeah.
And they stopped.
Yeah, it was weather. You can bring it underwater. Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. So these guys think that there's still room for another action camera. It seems.
I don't know.
And so they're coming out with this guy. You know what? I think this is going to be great and fantastic if it's like $300.
It's not going to be $300.
It's not going to be $300. It's not. But if it were $300, I'd be like, shoot, maybe I'll get this one for $300 and use it as an action camera. Yeah, I think this is finally an action camera with a front-facing screen. This is the first real legit, right? Because no one else has made it. Right now, everyone's putting the front-facing screen on the front.
Stamp size screen.
Yeah, where these guys are saying, well, we'll go this route. We'll see what happens. Okay, I want to see what happens as well. Because at the end of the day, what if it does happen where we look at it and go, okay, this is going to be, this is in that category and it does things very well. Because I cannot wait to see the comparison of this guy versus this guy with the walking and talking in low light. I don't think this is going to be
at least out of camera. So. I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, no. Out of camera, no. But you're saying that maybe with the program,
whatever real steady-ish type thing you got going on, flow state, whatever.
I still don't think so.
Oh, it's not gonna beat that.
I still think this is.
But
yeah. So I think that's what we need to see. That's what we need to see. But with that said, man, there it is. Huh? You're good?
I'm good.